Thursday. And Tammy brought me. Oh, we on live, and you gonna set them up on Facebook Live, Serena? Y'all help. Now I can't remember if Doris have her phone on or do they? May I have a tissue? Yes. I got gum. I don't want to be smack them up. Just put your number in here. I'll send you the Yep. Where will they live? Okay, I'll send you I don't. She had an emergency at one of her Airbnbs. You can turn that up a little for me, correct? Are you on board? Jose. That was my grandfather's name. Really? Yep. That's what's up. I don't meet too many Jose's. Yep. I didn't get it. You didn't get it? You probably gotta go to Wi-Fi. I heard that. And that is. Thank you. Yep. Oh. Yeah, I got that one. I just realized. Okay. It's a friendship, it's a kinship, it's a relationship, and all that means is what a brunch bunchship. You know what time it is. It is Throwback Thursday, and we are in the midst of Black History Month. But in order to know where you are going, you must know where you come from. And today's Black History quote, Marcus Garvey said, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture are like a tree without roots." And believers, if you don't know your past, you better get to knowing it now. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and you're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. We have a full, fantastic day for you today. We got some great guests in the studio. You know, I consider myself a premier member of Broadway in Chicago, and I'm so excited to have some of the cast from Girl from the North Country joining us. And then we got the West Side going to be in the building. We're talking to the executive director. I may be botching his title, but he the man in charge at the Boys and Girls Club, the new one built on the West Side, right in the Soul City corridor. So you know what? As Uncle Remus owner Charmaine always says, call your friends and your frenemies and tell them to tune in to the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. Hey, it's your main man, Action. Okay, turn that down. That's a smidget. What's up, Facebook? We are live. It's Thursday. The sun is shining. Who nice watches this? Oh. Wow. Yeah. Right. I'm like, oh, Armani. Oh, nice. Let me mute your mic as well, please. Let me turn it down. And I have my AirPods. Yep. Whatever name you want to put on. Not mute. Oh, no, it's just turn it down. Yep. Thank you. I'm going to turn it down way possible. The Dream Center co-working and business. Yeah, perfect. That's perfect. So, I got AirPods as a gift yesterday, Adam. Should I put them on and we unmute one of them? What you think? How's that? Okay. I didn't bring them in yet. So, Zoe, good job on the song list.
ready to work with you. And guess what? We're with an exclusive conversation with the one and
Talk
only
about
G.
turning the heat up. I hardly need to turn the heat up.
Real estate, real success, build a legacy. Join us on March 1st at the Power Conference.
I see now, Zoe.
Get tickets now at LegacyAwardsWeekend.com. Your future is waiting. Let's shape it together.
Hey, it's your main man, Ashley Jackson on the Brunch Brunch. It's the year of
Huh.
change. 100 weeks.
Okay.
14 celebrating your life.
So unmute. Is that my watch? Oh, Armani. Oh, I don't know, man. That Armani hit. Now the issue is my AirPods is connected to this phone. We'll make it.
Or you just undo Bluetooth and then connect it to this one.
750 West Columbus Avenue here in Chicago, Illinois. Host pastor is the one, the only Apostle Mark Hendricks.
You got Black History, right?
Yep, what a Black History fact.
Weird. Those are done.
10 seconds.
No, it was one I told y'all to sum up.
Oh, that long one, yeah.
With Monument of Faith Evangelism.
Is there one in the? Is there one in the Confidence?
Well, without Black history, where would we be? You know, we said each and every day, we celebrate Black history every day here on the Brunch Bunch. But during Black History Month, not only am I Black, I'm blackity black, and we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep celebrating, and we're going to keep bringing you some Black history fact. Today, February 15th, marks an important day in Black history, as it does every day, by recognizing the achievements and acknowledging the significant events that have shaped the African American experience. While specific events can vary in historical significance from year to year, February the 15th is not directly tied to a specific year. Its emphasis on celebrating Black History Month in the United States, which was officially recognized in 1976. I watched a clip on Instagram last night where it's an old video of a Caucasian teacher telling Black students back in the 1970s that African Americans, Black people didn't have history. So that's why we didn't need to be in the history books. And it was an old footage, and it's so sad that in those times, of course, you say something back, you would have been in big trouble. Now we are living in a time where we can speak up, and that's why it's so important for us to they can't survive with dead roots. So listen, keep our history alive. Keep telling someone, especially your brothers and sisters that don't look like you. Make sure you're telling. Now, here's a funny Black history video I saw. A Black brother in his 60s, 70s said he fought to help integrate the food counter. And we all know those stories, right? But in this video, years later, he said, had I known how the food was going to taste after I fought to sit at the I'm so excited for those who came before us and fought. And you know what? I hope he enjoyed the raisins and whatever they cooked him at that counter, because I'm sure it had raisins in it. But listen, believers, we don't have no raisins in this show today. We got some great African American brothers and sisters that are coming. They are making history now. And if you're like me and you love a good Broadway production, you're definitely going to want to hear from our next guest, Mr. Jose. Did I say that right? Hosea and Miss Carla from Girl from the North Country, currently playing at the CIBC Theater. So don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390. I'm trying to get it together. Stay in your lane. Adam, you just connected it.
Oh, I disconnected.
Video was so funny. The guy, he like 70, and he said, "Boy, when I got that food, I was like, why did we fight?
Can we get some seasoning, please? What you do to this chicken?
Right, nothing. It is Adam Stinger Lane.
Don't let them trick you.
Okay, look,
man.
connect.
Don't
I
let
was
'em trick
doing
you.
that.
Don't let them trick you.
Media control, we can skip. Done.
So you can go on.
Is there a way to share it?
Yeah. So you can go on Facebook. Go to our page.
Can you all hear a little bit better now? I'm sure you can probably hear me the best. Look what Tammy bought me, everybody. A tamarind from Jamaica. He saved my life.
I just showed it from here. I know I don't use Facebook that often, so like.
Do we have?
I do this squats right before I do chula.
So you guys actually where you do squats and the I see that this is doing
Actually, push-ups. But if I do push-ups, it's not. If I do push-ups, I don't sweat.
I mean, it's totally thing. Why did you come into our mental? So
I don't.
We ain't gonna play the whole thing. You said 3.5? Oh, I thought you talked about the song. I was about to say that's too long.
Yes.
Making sure I got the right info. Tony Award winning Connor McPherson.
Now, ChatGPT is not a reliable source.
I know. That's why I was like, let me make sure before I get on here. Like,
Send you something?
let me see. She sent it to Adam.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Because I'm like, I'm gonna jack this all up if I think I'm using ChatGPT.
Yeah. It's like using
She
Yahoo.
sent me the questions bio about film. I don't see bio about. I want to talk about the.
You want to talk about the show? Let me see if I can find a release.
They go to ePress Kit.
EPK?
Yep.
Let me pull up the release real quick.
Ham for ham. No.
If you have the EPK, then it has the release.
I clicked EPK.
It's weird.
Right.
Okay. I'll send you a link.
Okay.
But where am I sending it to, though? To your email?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or text it to me, whatever is easy. We're going to come right in with them after commercial. Brother Tevin, it's good to see you again.
I stand now.
773.
It's not just a place. It's a
844.
lifetime memory earned and cherished. At Secure Home and
Hold on, I forgot I'm live.
They have the power to customize your security solution. Round the clock peace of mind sounds good to me. Isn't that priceless? So let Secure Home and Automation be a part of your story, a part of your legacy. They're safeguarding your home and preserving your peace.
So go ahead and call 866-447-3344. That's 866-447-3344. Call us today and make a wise choice to secure your tomorrow. Secure Home and Automation. You heard the name. Now experience the promise of ultimate safety that they bring to your home. Call Stacy Chauncey at 866-447-3344. Stacy Chauncey, 866-447-3344. Dreaming of a new home or selling at a great price? LNS Development is your go-to. Expertise in real estate and mortgage loans, we make the process seamless and rewarding. No more hurdles in your property journey. Buying, selling, or refinancing, we've got your back. Dial area code 773-616-0906 and step into your property dreams with LNS Development. Area code 773-616-0906. LNS Development, making property dreams a reality.
Hey, believers, it's your main man, Action Jackson. Are you searching for a life-changing word? Look no further than Corbin Bush Ministries.
What's going on?
Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time to the Word Network, where Corbin Bush Ministry brings you powerful messages that will touch your heart and transform your life. Corbin Bush Ministries is dedicated to spreading the teachings of love, faith, and empowerment. Give them a call, 214-371-8768, to connect directly with their ministry. And don't forget to follow Bishop on Facebook at Corbin Bush Ministries for daily inspiration and updates. Don't forget, tune in this Saturday at 6 p.m. to the Word Network for a life-changing word.
Where's the action, Jackson?
I'll tell you what's going on.
So what's going on is Girl from the North Country is currently playing at the CIBC Theater from February the 13th to the 25th. And Girl from the North Country, the Tony Award-winning musical, is currently showcasing this profound production set in Duluth, Minnesota during 1934. It features a cast of wayward travelers whose lives converge in a guest house, offering a narrative filled with music, life, and hope. The play, written and directed by Connor McPherson, features 20 reimagined Bob Dylan songs such as Forever Young and Like a Rolling Stone, brought to life by a talented cast and creative team. And I am so glad to have two of the talented cast, Mr. Hosea Mundy from Columbia, Maryland. He's so excited to be joining Girl from the North Country. He's recently played Simon in the national tour of Jesus Christ Superstar and Benny from In the Heights. He sends love to his family and his dog, Snowy. And we also have Miss Carla Woods. Her recent credits, The Harder They Come, Public Theater, National Tours, Sister Act, All Shook Up, Regional Favorites, Mamma Mia, Beauty and the Beast, Merrily We Roll Along, Into the Woods, recent TV. Now everybody know that I am a Law and Order aficionado pro. I think I'm a detective. She is featured on my new favorite one, Law and Order, Organized Crime, New Amsterdam, and Life and Best. Let's give a warm brunch bunch welcome to Hosea and Carla. Woo, 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 woo. Welcome.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much.
Well, first of all, I know you all love gospel music because y'all was over here rocking.
How could you get through a day without it?
That's it. Listen, you are in the right place at the right time then. So let's jump right into this. Shout out to Miss Doris Davenport, Broadway in Chicago, and Korean Wit, who make sure that we have the best of the best come to the brunch bunch. And there's nothing like going to a Broadway play. But there's nothing like going to a Broadway play and seeing people that look like you and that can represent you, especially for young people. I'm gonna start with you, Carla. What got you into wanting to be a Broadway star?
Wow, that's a big question. Actually, my mom was like a really big musical theater nerd. She was even listening to musicals when I was pregnant, or when she was pregnant with me. When I was pregnant, when she was pregnant with me, and I think it just like I came out singing. Yeah,
Mm.
I think the first time I sang anything was I was like 4 years old in the back of the car singing rock the boat, baby, rock the boat.
Uh-oh.
And I mean, I love theater. I love musicals, and I think I caught the bug really early, and I was like, oh yes, this is where I'm supposed to be.
I love it. You have the voice too. Listen, I didn't even have to ask you yet. You came out the door singing. I love it. So, Mr. Hosea, the same question for you. As my grandfather, God rest his soul, his name was Hosea. Now, of course, we botch names. So his was spelled exactly the same, but it's just Jose, but Hosea. And I love it. So, what got you into Broadway?
I've been acting all my life. Ever since I was young, kindergarten. I did my first play, and I was like, all right, I need to take over this. I want to be the next Denzel. But it wasn't until my senior year in high school where I fell in love with this actor named Joshua Henry, and he's played here as well too. He was one of the original Aaron Burrs here.
Okay.
Hamilton was here in Chicago. He was the first like black actor that I'd seen on Broadway. And I was like, oh, I see myself in him. And I was like, okay, I gotta go to college for musical theater now, because at first I was gonna be like, okay, let me do plays and let me get into film. But after seeing what he's done and like his legacy, I was like, okay, I can do this as well too. And that's what brought me here.
Well, that's amazing. We started talking about representation, and I take my godson to the theater with me when it's an appropriate play. And of course, and any of the young people I take, when they see people that look like them on the stage, I see their eyes light up, and they're like, "Wait, I can do this too." So that's amazing. Now, Girl from the North Country, I talked a little bit about it. Carla, tell us your role that you play and what initially drew you to the role and what aspects of the character resonates with you.
Okay, I play the role of Mrs. Nielsen,
Mm.
and she's coming to the guest house to get money for her late husband's will. Basically, she's waiting for it. It's the Depression. Everybody's waiting for money.
And before GoFundMe.
Yeah. And I was just talking to my mom about this the other day. During that time period, Black people in general had to just go where the jobs were. She was talking about her father having to go from job to, they moved all over during during that time, trying to find work. And that's what these people are doing here. And so she's there. She's looking for an opportunity. Where it's hard for a Black woman to find an opportunity in 1934 without somebody in front of her who might not have that representation. And I kind of think of her as the like intelligent, calm sense in this show. She's the one that she knows what's going on, and she can't do much about it as a Black woman, but she stays very strong. And for me, her faith, which is like the last number in the show, is a very big gospel number, written during the time when Bob Dylan was he became born again. He went through that whole gospel phase, and so for me, that was the appeal, that I got to do that number at the end of the show, because I always ask God to lead me into roles where I can still be connected to myself spiritually. And she has that spiritual center. You don't know about it until the very end, but she does. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And Hosea, tell us about your character and what resonates with you playing this character.
Yeah, so I'm one of the soloists in the show. I get to open the show.
All right.
Sound on the window. It's not like a crazy tap, big gospel number. It's a very like calm, setting the tone type of number. So I get to have that nice intimate interaction with the audience. When I'm not doing any of my solos, I kind of inhabit this space and help create that atmosphere. And then when I'm not the soloist, sometimes I'll go on for one of the principal roles named Joe Scott. And he is the first Black male that we see enter the space. And he does a lot of scenes with Marianne, who is the only Black girl in the town. so interesting to like see like the connections that those two have, because it's like, oh, we're only two Black people here, and they lock eyes. It's like, man, it's the best thing. I love going on for him. I see a lot of myself in him, because there are like many situations in my life where I have been the only Black person in the room, and I do have to carry that with me, especially within like musical theater.
Yeah.
There's not that much of us. I don't know. I resonate a lot with him. I'm very fortunate to go on for him.
Unfortunately, we are still, when you think 1934, 2024, we wouldn't be talking about we're still the only one in this space or that space, or we're the first to do something. Um, we have a way to go, but we're getting there, and it's because of people like you who are setting the stage, no pun intended, for the next generation to come through. Now, the production blends Bob Dylan's music with Connor McPherson's storytelling. How do you approach incorporating both elements into your performance?
It's interesting. Connor said that this when we first of all, Connor McPherson is amazing. I hope everyone gets to work with this man. I've never worked with a more loving and just calm and cool writer, and who also directed us. But he says that the show is the story is vinegar and the music is honey. So we live in kind of the depression world, and that's the vinegar part. That's the part where you're just like, oh man, this is tough. And then a song comes up, and I've heard audience members say that they love Bob Dylan music, but they never really heard it the way this has been heard while we sing it. Corley, it's a Tony Award winning orchestration. There's no doubt. And the way that we sing it, it touches people so much, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to live in the dark moments, and then we're trying to bring that honey in the music.
Well, I'm glad you said that because when you think of the Great Depression, right, this is a time, like you said, our people had to go, and not just African Americans, everybody. You had to go wherever you can make some money. Unfortunately for African Americans, it was like, hopefully when you get there, they'll let you make some money. They'll let you work. But Girl from the North Country explores themes of love, loss, and hope in Depression era America. How do you prepare emotionally to embody the character's journey through these things? Because I can only imagine, there's the old church song, must Jesus bear the cross alone and all the world go free? I never understood those. And I start bearing the crosses of other people. And so you all take on these roles and this vinegar story. How do you prepare for that?
Well, I got to let myself know that whatever happens in the theater, I leave it at the theater. But the makeup on, when I take it off, all that happens in the theater. And I meditate on it before I go into it, because it is a very depressing show. But I mean, we do it so well, and it doesn't feel tiring. It's always very authentic. I've never felt like it was like, I don't know, like this big weight that I had to carry with me in the theater. I'm very confident in my preparation for it, and it's really just meditation. I have to meditate before I go into this type of show specifically.
Yeah. Carla.
Yeah, I always there's a lot of things that happen to me that during the course of the show that can be hard. When we were learning like the fight choreography and things like that, the instructor showed us how to do the things, and then afterwards like wipe off negative energy like right after you get off. So I do that every time. I prepare, like I pray right before I go on the stage. I do meditation during the day, because when you're on stage, it's like you take down all your guards and you just give your heart and soul. That's what, and everyone in this cast does that. So it's difficult, but like I always pray right before I go on. I say, God, just put your protecting light on me, and I hope that this reaches people in the right way and inspires. And even last night in the front row, there were these two women. They jumped up at the end and they were crying.
Wow.
They were yelling at us, thank you. And I was like, yeah, see, this is nice.
That's it. That's how you do it. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, can you share any challenges you've faced in bringing your character to life, and how you've worked to overcome them during the tour?
Well, it's interesting. When we were first in rehearsal, there's a scene where the main character Nick says something very inappropriate, and originally they wanted me to go to him and kind of like console him, and I was like, I just can't let this be this way as a Black woman. I feel like I need to represent a strong Black woman, and like this is a very touchy subject, and is there any way we can rework this where she's standing in her power, because there's really not much power for her. And Connor and the whole team were just so great about that, and being like, yeah, let's work on this until we found exactly the right feel. And I'm so glad that they were open to that. I was scared,
Yeah.
because you always, as a Black woman, you're like, oh, what am I doing? Am I coming off a certain way? And
Yeah.
so like,
It's already that stigma around Black,
yeah, I don't wanna
angry
be
Black
angry
women.
Black woman. And hey, what's wrong with being angry? Huh? But I was just like, I'm afraid, and I'm old school. But there are a lot of young people in the cast, including Hosea, who like really inspire me to speak up when I didn't used to do that before, and that was very helpful. And they were like, "Yeah, that's good," and they changed it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, Shirley Chisholm said, if you don't have a seat at the table, bring one, right? And I said, bring a white folding chair, thanks to the Alabama brawl that we had recently. But, we have to have representation, and we have to have people to speak up, because we have so many people telling our stories that don't understand our story. And so kudos to you for doing that. Hosea, what has been the most rewarding aspect of being a girl from the North Country so far?
Yeah, just meeting all these people. Like, this is like such a different career switch for me. Like, I just came from like doing Jesus Christ Superstar and the lights and doing like rock stuff, but getting to meet with actors who can really dive into the text, like Carla right here, and Matt Manuel and Sheree. I'm learning a lot from them, and I feel myself growing. And I wasn't expecting to get like all this information thrown at me at once, but they've made it. I don't know. It doesn't feel overwhelming at all, and I can feel myself progressing. And I don't think I would have progressed this far if I wasn't in this show, because this show is forcing me to like dig deeper into things that I usually don't. Like, I don't know. Coming into this industry, like, I do tend to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on, and they're teaching me how to digest all this information at a pace that's like correct for me. So I'm just thankful to be here.
I love it. I love it. So what kind of research did you guys do to undertake the understanding of the historical and social context of the play? Because you're too young. You weren't here in the Great Depression, of course. But did you do any research to kind of understand for this role?
Yeah, they actually, when we first started rehearsal, I remember the first day there was a big board up, and it was all these different like people, different colors and different, different backgrounds, all the way they dressed during that time period. We did a whole like thing where we talked about depression, what was going on then, how people were living, how people were surviving, the boarding house situation being like a lifeline during that time, because people just didn't have any place to live.
Yeah.
And the transient lifestyle was just normal. So we learned all about that when we first started rehearsal. Beyond that, it was a lot of just like working with Connor and finding out like, hey, what does this mean, and what does this mean? And some of the stuff he knew, and some of the stuff he didn't. And then as we progressed, we started to learn that Connor, he's Irish. He's very engrossed in the Irish Catholic background, and this show has some context related to the nativity story that you'll see. It's very strange. At the end, you're like, wait a second, that might have been Mary and Joseph, and that might have been the devil, and that might have been Jesus. Woo! Once you sit back and look at it. And so we learned a lot about that as well.
I love the way you just animated that. Listen, I'm like, okay, I got to see this show. No, that's great. What about you as a young man? A younger man definitely learned about this era.
I had to look at so much physicality stuff. There was a video that one of our choreographers showed me of like how people walk around in this time era, and like how everything is so weighted because of what's happening at the time. I mean, the first week of rehearsal, I'm moving with like early 2000s swag, and that's not working with this show.
Not in 1934.
It's not working. So I had to look at a lot of stuff. I had to look at the dressing too. I had to make sure that my hair is changed for the show as well too. just a lot of that, because it goes against me. Like
Mhm.
this is my first show that I've done in this time period. Usually I'm in like later ones, so I really had to lock that down, or else I'm gonna stand out.
Remember when she had us walking around? She had us walking around and like trying to get us to like hold ourselves in a certain way and stand in a certain way and place our hands in a certain way.
Mhm.
Things that, you know, everybody was just well kept. Even if they didn't have any money, they had the suit.
They
the
dressed. They
one
dressed
suit
the
they
part.
had.
Yeah. I love period pieces, and so I'm excited to see this. But I know believers listening, you know, when we think about the Great Depression, we think about things that we've gone through recently. I don't know about you, but I just thank God that He's been good to me. If He's been good, First Church of Deliverance, and we'll be back with more from the cast of Girl from the North Country, and then my good friend from the Boys and Girls Club of Chicago will be with us. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390. All right, a little music break, and then we'll come back, wrap up the interview, promote tickets. And then after that, my brother, we got you, and we talk about the kids. We got to get the kids down to Broadway.
Hey, you do workshops with the kids? I'd love to come.
He has a beautiful facility on the west side. They're doing some great work with the young people. Look, yeah. And I'm coming with you, Carla. I'm going to come with you. I'm actually speaking to his youth today. Yeah. Sure was. Do you all have any theater programs though currently? Okay.
But I mean, I love to just like do warm-ups with kids, like you sing a little bit, you know, just it's nice for people to see, for kids to see.
Yes. Now my godson loves to dance, and so I started taking him to the musicals. And he's whatever show he like. God, Dad, can I go? Can you get it? Can I go with you? Can I be your plus one? And he's 12, but I told Doris, I said, if I hadn't exposed him to that, he probably never would have thought like, oh, I can do this. You know, it don't just have to be hip hop dance, and it can be dancing on Broadway. You know. So 1 minute more of this, and then bring us back in. Sounds like a great show. When is press night? Did I miss it? You know what? Life and life. But I thank God. I'm like, wait, is it tonight? Okay,
This
well.
is the first time that we've been on tour where they told us it was press night, so everybody was so stressed.
Oh,
They weren't
yeah.
supposed to tell us. They weren't supposed to tell us. It was in the club.
That was being recorded.
I know that the club was there.
Was there press in Greenville?
All right, we going hot. You ready? I love him. I love him. I love him. He's been good to me. No matter how bad it may seem, the sun is shining in your life. And I'm not talking about the S-U-N. I'm talking about the S-O-N. Listen, we are in the midst of a great interview with the cast from Girl from the North Country. Mr. Hosea and Miss Carla have been dropping some major gems, and listen, they are, filled with the spirit. Miss Carla here volunteering to come places and speak. I'm like, I got you. Let's go. But that's what it's about, and reaching back. And one of my mentors told me, when the doors open for you, hold it for someone else. And so we must keep reaching our young people. And speaking of reaching people, the show is from February the 13th to the 25th. So we only have, you don't have long, believers. Don't tarry long. Get your tickets and get to the theater. Miss Carla, first, what do you want people to take away from this play when they come and see it?
Well, I think
it's one of those things when you're watching it, you're like, hey, what am I watching here? At first, you're like, ooh, this is strange. There's some strange things happening, and then as you get more involved in it, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be talking about this for a while. I think it's about humanity. It's about surviving, and it's about finding community. And at the end, it's about connecting to your spirit and your soul, and how you really can reach back down even in darkest times and find some light and some hope. And I think people are going to find that. Just hang in there when you're watching it, because it's got some ups and downs. It's got some real downs, but at the end of the day, it's going to bring you right out into the light.
Sound like it's going to take you on an emotional roller coaster. Exactly. I was going to start singing it, but we got professionals in here. I don't want to. Hosea, same for you. What do you want the audience to take away?
That this feels familiar, that like they've seen this before, because what we do on stage, it reflects a lot of like human life, and there's so much representation on stage. Like we talk about mental illness, disabilities, race, and I want people to be like, oh, I see myself on there, and I can see myself doing it. Because we're showing so much, and there's so much love in this, and there's so much togetherness, and it really is revolve a lot about like family as well too. So I just want people to see it and be like, I see myself in it too.
I love it. I love it. So tickets are available at BroadwayInChicago.com. That's BroadwayInChicago.com. The show runtime is 2 hours and 30 minutes. You're in for a musical treat. You're in for a great story. The CIBC Theater is one of the best. Well, all of our Broadway theaters in Chicago, we got it. I don't know. New York may be second to us. Or maybe partial too. But believers, make sure you go out now. Well, never mind. I don't want to get in no trouble. I don't want to get y'all in trouble. I say sing one of the numbers, but no. Carla, we didn't. I know Hosea's from Columbia, Maryland, but your bio didn't tell us where you're from.
Indianapolis.
Okay,
Naptown.
Midwest, Naptown.
I'm a Hoosier right here.
All right, the All-Star Weekend is in Naptown.
Yeah.
You got some tickets you can. No, okay. Nothing beats a failure but an ask. No, Carla and Hosea, thank you for joining us. You have been great. We wish nothing but sold out shows for the duration while it's in Chicago, and to continue to tour. Where are you going next?
Where are we going?
Philly. Okay.
Philly and then Boston. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Chicago will be the best city you've been in.
So far, so good.
Make sure you eat good. I'll give you some tips. I forgot, Corinne, I love to have some Uncle Remus chicken pulled up on you. We'll get you some. I'm gonna make sure you get some Uncle Remus saucy fried chicken.
Yes, please.
Listen, Charmaine, if you listening, text me now. We got about 20 minutes for you to get here. But you know what? We've really enjoyed you guys, and believers, listen to me now. I'm gonna have to get my own tickets. I missed press night last night, but I'm going to get me tickets. Come join me. Tevin, we're gonna bring some kids. Let's take some kids to see Girl from the North Country, playing now at the CIBC Theater, BroadwayInChicago.com. We're praying for Doris, who couldn't be with us today. Just pray, saints. We know the prayers of the righteous avail much, and we love Doris Davenport from Broadway in Chicago, and we're keeping her and her family in our prayers. Shout out to Korean for always making it happen. Listen, our Broadway in Chicago crew are top notch, and so we're grateful for that. And you know what? Because you said the nativity scene, I can't get anybody to help. I'm going to start preaching. I'm one off from Carl.
Let's go.
Because you said the nativity scene is in the play, you got to be paying attention. The Bible teaches us, if I be lifted up, I'll draw all men unto me. All we have to do is continue to lift Jesus, and we can sell out every ticket in there. I can't get nobody to help me up there. Just help me lift Jesus right here on the Brunch Bunch. Up next, Tevin Hayes from the Boys and Girls Club of Chicago. We get it done right here on Inspiration 1390. Woo! So y'all don't have to rush right out, do you, Corinne? Okay. We got some pictures. Okay. Yeah, I get the chicken another way. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I wish I wasn't thinking. No Harold, Uncle Remus.
Oh, okay, so no Harold.
I forgot. I'm tapping too.
I heard Harold's was the joint. No,
I'm
okay.
gonna
I gotta get my chicken though.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna make sure we get you some chicken.
Either way, I'll take it.
You have a card?
I left my card in my car.
PARMOWOO@gmail.com.
Help me live, Jesus. And then you all are here the 25th, so I just need to coordinate to get some chicken to you.
God. No, we're not sure.
I don't know. Well, we had to drop it to, but I don't know. Do you like fast all day before a show, or do you?
Oh no!
I
would be seeing stars.
Okay. So, Corinne, what I'll do is I'll have some drop to the theater one afternoon.
Oh my gosh, that would be so great.
Can you help me coordinate that? Or do I just need to personally drop y'all off?
No, this is Cass loves to eat.
Okay.
This Cass eats down. We just had Giordano's pizza yesterday. So yeah, we like to
So
eat.
let's coordinate. I'm going to call it. The Brunch Bunch is going to sponsor lunch for the cast. So we'll coordinate. Okay.
When I love you all week, I'm trying to give me a lunch up in here.
Y'all get on stage first. Then I got y'all lunch. Yeah, oh, you could have told me, man.
Call off one day.
Tonight? Tomorrow.
Sell.
Okay. Oh, well, you know what? Let's get some pictures real quick. We'll get it. How long?
4 minutes.
Okay, let's do that. Okay. Right out there, we'll get it.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes. Thanks for having me. Show's over. I got to dip. You got to do my taxes. Oh, it's due today? No, I'm just doing it. Oh, I was scared.
Cut this.
I was scared.
I know.
So bad like that. I can use it, but I was like,
That's she has a meeting. Right, and we're gonna be in the same place. So she texted me like, "Did you see my email? I sent Tevin, you need to leave early too." I said, "I just ran into Tevin at the barbershop." I said, "We on good timing." All right, let's bring us in. He deserves the highest praise. And what is that highest praise? It is hallelujah. Listen, when you send praises up, blessings come down. We are praising him here on the Brunch Bunch. We are so excited that our next guest is brother, reverend, preacher, prophet, director, mentor, giver, philanthropist. I'm going to give him all the titles. Brother Tevin Haynes. He's a West Sider from the Austin community. He joined the Boys and Girls Club of Chicago in 2022 as the inaugural club director of the brand new Rusu McCartan Boys and Girls Club. Tevin loves to impact young people's lives by challenging them to go further in their education while also encouraging them to believe in themselves. Prior to that, Tevin has been a young man on the move. I've been blessed to see his story unfold over the years. He has done some phenomenal things. He is the 2020 Faithful Servant of the Year. And listen, that tells you enough about him right there. Let's give a warm brunch welcome to Brother Tevin Haynes, Minister Tevin Haynes.
Well, thank you so much. I'm sorry. I'm super honored to be here. I am Tevin Haynes. I'm from the Best Side.
That's it.
Which is the West Side.
Woo, 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 woo.
And I am the club director for our brand new Rooster McCartan Club, which is on Cosner, Chicago Avenue. We just opened in July. And right now we're serving over 350 students.
Yeah.
So from the ages of 5 to 18. And our goal is to make sure that our kids are lifelong learners, but they're also amazing community leaders. So that's our vision, that's our goal. And we've been doing an amazing job every single day. Shout out to my team. Shout out to Boys and Girls Club of Chicago organization. Shout out to my family, my church, and everybody.
First, giving honor to the guy who's ahead of my life. That's well, Brother Tevin, you're doing some phenomenal work. As I stated, I've been able to watch your story unfold. West Side are doing some amazing things. Can you share with us your journey and what inspired you to become involved in youth mentoring and education?
Sure. So I started youth mentoring at my church, Memorial Church. So I started as a youth leader at the age of like 19 years old. So I was one of the youngest leaders in my church. And one day I was working for an organization as a customer service supervisor. And I was just praying. I was like, okay, this is not for me. And Holy Spirit told me to leave that full-time job to go to a small organization for part-time. Mm-hmm. I had just bought a house. I was like, okay, this is crazy. I know this is like the devil or something. But I joined the organization. I grew at the organization. And here today, for the past 8 or 9 years, I've been impacting young people's lives in the corporate world. But since I was 19, so I'm not trying to tell my age, but
22.
22 all over again. Been impacted, and my goal is to be something to our young kids that I wish I had. Right?
Yep.
So be that example that I wish I had as a young man early in my life from the West Side. So that's what encouraged me and really fueled me every day.
Yeah. Well, I love it, and this was dope. You guys have an amazing facility on the West Side, and that's the inaugural club director of the Rooster McCartan Boys and Girls Club. What are your goals and aspirations for the club, and how do you plan to make an impact in the Austin community?
Definitely. So we serve not just the Austin community, we serve the West Humboldt Park community, West Garfield Park community, and our vision and goal is to be sustainable for generations to come. My goal is to make sure that this club outlives me.
Mm-hmm.
As a good leader prepares the next generation to take over. So everything in our club, we believe in student voice, student choice. So everything you see in our club was fueled, was given by ideas of a 21 people youth council.
Wow.
That gave ideas over 1 year period. And through that, we have seen tremendous growth. So I want to see growth. I want it to be a safe place, a safe haven, a sanctuary for our community. I want to make sure that our kids have unlimited opportunities to be exposed to Broadway shows as we just heard about. So that's my goal. That's my vision for this new club that's on the West Side.
Well, talking about this new club, I love that 21 Youth Council that helped mold and create and form the club. Just cool. Before we get out of here, I want you to talk about some of the programs that you all have, because it's an amazing facility. If you're a West Sider and you have not seen it, go check it out, get a tour, try to get your kids in if you can, before the spots are filled up. Tell us about some of the programs that you offer.
Definitely. So real quick, we offer right now, we just launched our music studio yesterday with an organization called Guitars on the Go. So we have 16 young people that it's going to be twice a week. It's going to be learning new music skills and production and drumming. We offer basketball. We offer art.
State of the art gym too.
State of the art.
I'm talking
NBA style.
NBA.
27,000 square foot building, 3 floors. We offer a theater. We offer art. We offer STEM. We offer Power Hour, which is that homework and tutoring that we offer. And then next week we're going to actually be opening up our summer registration. So if you want your kids to be a part of the summer program, it's a very low price. You come check me out. Very low price. 8 weeks, 8 hours a day that your kids are able to be impacted. Field trips and different things of that nature. But most importantly, we offer love. We offer love and we offer community to our kids. So each and every day, our kids coming in, they run in, they don't want to go home because they want to be at Rooster McCarty. And I believe that just speaks to the value of love and community that we offer.
Now, what's the number to call for more information or the website?
Yeah, you can call 773-940-0544. We can give you more information, or you can go to bgcc.org. You can put in Rooster McCarty Club, and you will see my most beautiful face with a lot of details on how you can get involved. We're looking for volunteers. We're looking for our community just to be involved to changing young people's lives on a daily basis, and that is our goal. We want to change lives, and I'm serious about changing lives. This is not anything for show. This is the real deal, Holyfield.
Listen, call 773-940-0544. That's 773-940-0544. 8 weeks, 8 hours. Registration opens next week, and I know for a fact that is spots go very fast. And if you want your kids in a beautiful, safe sanctuary, safe haven, you want to call 773-940-0544. You can get a tour of the facility, meet Mr. Tevin Haynes. And listen, what I do love, before we go, I must say this, you call all the kids by their last name. Mr. Smith, Mr. Jackson. They are so, you can see them light up. So believers, you want to support this, we're going to have you back. Shout out to Mr. Tevin Haynes, who has me as one of the Black History speakers today. So I will be with the young people this afternoon. We're making it happen on the west side. Believe it, we're making it happen from 12 to 1. But unfortunately, we are at the 1 o'clock mark. So we got to get up out of here. But we're going to make it happen tomorrow on this fantastic Friday. We encourage you, like we do each and every Thursday, in the spirit of the late, great Reverend Clay Evans, no matter what you're going through, go home tonight, get in your bed and pull the covers around your shoulders and go to sleep, because angels are watching over you. Up next, AC Green. After that, Pastor DeAndre Patterson with the afternoon drive. We get it done all night long right here on Inspiration 1390. Huh? Yeah, move fast. Yeah, I told her I was going to get her email from you because I didn't have time to get it. And hopefully we can connect. That'll be.
I got to connect soon. I'm out next week.
Hey, y'all. He said he out. See y'all later.